For 18 and 21 plus audiences only.
This channel does not condone illegal activity or illegal drug use.
Content is for educational and comedic purposes only.
That's on the Patreon. What are you doing? Oh, that's his shoes. Brother's got a tool belt on to
What
put
do
his
you
shoes
got
together.
going on over there? Oh. Is that the, like, is there a button to squeeze to loosen the laces afterwards?
Not a button, but you just pull them.
Wow.
Ask how fast they make them.
Wow.
I think I remember when you got those.
I got them like a couple weeks ago.
Never mind that, dog.
I feel like I've seen those.
You out of it.
It was like a
I've
month
seen
ago.
those before somewhere. I think I've seen them at like a Nike store.
Yeah, the boa laces.
Bring
have
those
been
back
a
up
thing for a
Fancy.
while.
They actually came with a free shoehorn, so he could put it on without bending all the way over, so he doesn't hurt his back too.
Aww.
Oh, good for you.
They look like they came with
Crash
bricks
out
in one
right
of the
here now.
slab layers. Like he's gonna. He looks like a construction
Generational
worker with
crash out
those
of
shoes
this
on, bro.
episode.
No way, those are not OSHA certified.
Hold them up again. Look at that heel. That heel support right there. That like. Come on now. He
Makes
can
you
either
like an
work in
inch
the
and a half
kitchen.
tall.
They are
He could
Under
scale
Armour
a
training
mountain
shoes.
damn
What
near.
they're like marketed for.
They're damn near orthopedic.
Nice. They work as slip-ons or regular shoes. The heel folds down, and you can wear them like slip-ons.
Oh, wait. Okay.
What? What do you got to say over there, Vic? Do you want to
know.
fucking throw hands?
CannaQuestt.
Let's just start the episode. CannaFam, Travs Dabs, CannaQuestt, Full Mount Morgan, and as you can tell,
Hey.
we got another guest in the studio, but a familiar guest nonetheless.
Hi.
We've got Victoria. Vic, how you feeling today? Welcome back into the studio.
Hi. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming through to
It's
get
always
high
fun
with
to
us
be
today.
here.
Before we get started, you know the drill. Like button, subscribe button, all the buttons. Just hit some fucking buttons that are down below. Just click some stuff.
Find something.
Boys, how are we feeling today?
I'm good. Chilling. I was getting ruthlessly bullied for my shoes before we started filming, but you know.
I was trying
Show
to get the
the
episode
people.
started so we can continue.
show
we're
the
not going down this
people.
rabbit hole. I'm done. It's done.
No.
We're just happy you're happy. You know what I mean?
I've never seen a shoe that you had to turn a dial for. Like,
You ain't never seen the boa laces? That's crazy.
no, not like no. That's not a boa laces.
That
I've
is
only-
what it's called.
The only time I've seen a design like that is in like the 1990s, like child lock pins. You know what I'm saying? They keep out of a room.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever seen that.
I just like
I
I,
don't
like
think
the
I know this one.
rocking. Like it looks like Morgan doesn't have to step his foot. You know those have you seen the shoes where they kind of auto propel you?
Let me get the Skechers shape ups next time.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what they reminded me of. I don't know. As long as your arches are good and your back is feeling
Well-
good, you know I'm happy for
Well,
you.
all sneakerheads will cry once they know what the reason he bought the shoe. The fact that you can just kick in the heel and use it as a slide.
Apparently they're made for that.
They're
They are
made for that?
Yeah, it's the Under Armour slip speeds for the sneakerheads at home.
Okay, well, Baltimore
Look 'em up.
Baltimore people will act like it's designer.
I was saying, these are like basically
but
designer.
outside of Maryland, that's crazy and ludicrous. Anyway,
Under Armour is designer in Maryland, don't you know?
I'm so
mean, it
not
is.
a shoe guy.
I'm not going to hold
It
you.
is,
I'm actually
I
very
guess.
upset about it, so we need to move to the next topic before I continue roasting him. I'm trying to be sensitive about it.
I like
crazy.
them. All right. Well, speaking of roasting, what are you roasting over there? What are you smoking, Quest?
I don't want to talk about it. That's why my fingers on the label.
Brother's hiding his weed.
He's ashamed.
Shameful smoking is
I'm
not
living
a
in
good
the
start to an
look
episode.
afterwards. Okay, look. So afterwards, I'm gonna roll something nice. I'm gonna try to. It's not gonna be a hash roll.
I know what
because I
brand it
cannot,
is.
for some reason, can't offend my admission. I cannot roll shit with a glass tip. I'm not good at it. I just can't.
Don't worry though. We're gonna have a tip video coming out for the CannaFam soon. They'll be able to learn how.
Get
to
your tips in. Okay, never mind.
We'll teach,
So,
you how
like-
to we'll teach you how to put the tip. Anyway, we're gonna.
So
help,
yeah,
we're
I'm gonna
help
roll
you
a
out.
nice joint. We got some flour here. I forgot what strain it was, but it's from one of our homies that we saw at an event recently. So I'm gonna let y'all smell it real quick because we've been loving some home grow recently, right?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Who is it? What do you got?
I don't remember what it's called, but it's very
can't smell
interesting
it.
with the smell. He didn't put it on the
Ooh,
he didn't put it on the
okay.
jar.
I also, it was so loud when he, at the place where he handed it off to us, that it was like hard to hear.
Damn, that is
It was one of those
Gassy.
where, thank you, glad.
gassy and like real citrusy.
Wait,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, that was pretty much what that night was. It was just weed. Just
Oh
being
yeah, you
thrown
gotta
on.
check out. We got new Baba
Pass that
Masha
that way.
flavors.
Weed,
New
weed, and
Baba
more weed.
Masha.
Yeah, the GGC on the front there is Morgan's go-to right now.
I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I've got a doink of it rolled up for when one of those joints goes out.
Yeah, you don't want to have 3 going.
Yeah, that's a
That's too many.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're down 1.
I just chucked it.
All right. All right.
Spark it
Oh
up.
God, is there a fire over there?
Twist my arm.
Hey, can we all just like take a second to appreciate the fact that I
You
threw that?
dunked
You
At-
did.
that.
You gotta hit that
It
shot.
didn't go anywhere but the
That's
drop.
not happening.
I missed it, so I
Editor
can't wait to
Trav,
watch
please
this
cut
back.
to a
Yeah.
close-up.
Yeah, that was honestly really.
We got
that was
punching on that.
impressive.
I cannot wait to watch this again.
I practiced that at home. We knew this the whole time. I was just like, dun 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 dun.
Yup.
Whenever he says he's streaming, he's not. He's actually just
Quest,
throwing
you-
the joint.
Just
in-
practicing.
throwing
I
the
could
joint
expose
towards
what
an
that
edge.
brand of that joint
I used
was.
to be at work just throwing pens in the back into the cups, and they were like, "Why do you do that all day?" I'm like, "There's gonna be a time.
This will be useful one
You'll
day.
see.
You'll see."
You'll see.
They don't see the vision, but
You'll see it right
real
now,
ones
actually,
know.
right here, right now.
I understand it now.
I understand it.
CannaQuestt, it's also a special day for you mothers out there.
Whether you're
It's
being a
Mother's
good
Day.
mother or not present in your child's life, it's
That's
still
crazy
it's
to
still
say.
Mother's Day for you.
It is.
It
You're
is.
just probably alone.
If you
So
if you
sorry.
haven't right now, pause the episode. Call your mom. Tell her Happy Mother's Day.
Tell-
Or
tell
even
your mom-
text her. Honestly, I'm not
No,
picky.
call your mom and
I mean,
tell her
call
you love her.
If you really love your mom, you should call her.
Send her a GIF on Twitter, and she'll be fine.
yeah.
And if you don't talk
send
to your
her
kids,
a minion
go
meme.
find
Oh,
them.
there you go. There you go.
She loves it.
And then she'll send you back some video or an emoji that probably doesn't translate because her phone, like the type of emoji her Nextel phone gets, doesn't quite deliver. Or is that just me? Am I just kind of ousting
That's
myself?
you.
That's you. My mama got an
I know
iPhone.
My mom got an iPhone.
My mom would
Get
send
an iPhone.
my mom would send me emojis, but her emojis aren't real emojis, so they would come through as little question marks. So it would say, "I
That's
love
very
you?"
funny.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm like, oh,
Damn.
Does she?
well, damn, mom. Like,
Do
that's-
you?
that's
I
kinda
guess
crazy.
not.
You don't have to tell me that you're not sure. You could just.
My mother texts like an old Victorian woman.
What does that
My
mean?
dearest son.
Is my dearest son back at the residence? And if so, when shall I arrive?
I
Are you
got,
fucking serious?
It's so funny.
expect my carriage in an hour.
I mean, that's like
Will I be getting my snacks later?
At dawn. At dawn.
It's so funny.
I mean, that's not far off. Every time I call my mom, I always greet her. I'm like, I always just love to say, I just never call her mom. I call her mother or mother dearest.
Yes.
I was like, oh yes, hello, mother dearest. I have a question for you.
I've called my mom mum for like years. It was because I had a One Direction obsession as a child, so I really wanted to be British.
Oh my god.
That's
I called her
great.
mom.
Do you need us to cut that out of the episode?
The first step.
I would cut that.
The first step to is admitting it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. That's true.
That's very positive.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway,
That dab was supposed to be for Vic. I realized it as it touched the bag. I'm like, oh no.
I'm dabbing it.
oh no.
There's definitely some like messed up subconscious things there because my brain did that evilly. Because I'm like, you know what you were doing.
It's okay. You can just say you
You
hate
knew
women.
that wasn't
It's okay.
for
You just wanted to.
You can
dab.
say
It's
you hate
okay.
women.
He
It's
knows
fine.
you. We got Trav live.
Live canceled right now.
I feel like that. Is it Ben Affleck?
Or he's like on the bench, just fucking going through it.
Oh my
Can I switch
God.
seats with one of you guys actually now?
About.
What
I
she
mean,
meant
you
to say
switched
was,
seats with me.
what she
You're
meant to
still
say
next
was,
to him.
get up. That's what Vic's really saying.
I'm your
Move.
replacement.
Get
You're the
up.
guest. I'm the host.
Oh man. For the Canna fam that did see us, drop a comment.
Quick.
Did you have a good time at the Maryland Leaf Bowl? Did you have a fun time? Did we see you at the Maryland?
Did
Leaf
we
Bowl?
see you?
Did you see us?
'Cause we
And
were
we
leafed.
didn't see
smoked
you.
Lots of leaf.
Did you see me?
Oh no.
Because
Dude,
if
that'd
you
be
did,
crazy.
you absolutely were losing your mind.
Yeah, you were way too high
It
if you
seems
saw
like
me.
where we were trying to have like a never-ending joint session. Like every time you look left, there was another joint being passed to you.
There's a lot of people, a lot of joints. It was very easy. It was funny. Instagram the day after was like looking through and was like seeing people's stories, and I was like, "You were there?" I was like, "I didn't even fucking see you."
Dude, it was like an
Place was
Instagram takeover.
Poppin', bro.
You said 2,000 tickets?
That's what they said.
I did not
Allegedly,
see 2,000 people though.
I don't feel like there was 2,000 people,
I
but
have
the
pretty good
COO
spatial
of Leaf
awareness,
did
but I don't
post
think
saying
I've
there was
good-
2,000.
I can't tell how many people were there.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
wanna
I wouldn't have been
say-
able to
I'd be
tell.
like, yeah, 50.
From the
75.
pictures I saw, it
Like,
seemed like there was like
obviously
packed
south.
I would say
shoulder
like
to shoulder.
500
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But
At
I
some
don't
point.
But
feel like it was
you don't think it rotated
2,000.
I don't think it ever broke 1,000.
I was
Well,
gonna
like
say, you don't
compared
think
to
it
the
rotated
leaf
to 1,000?
parties, like at the mansion. you think it
Nothing
was
just, like, different sizes of the
nothing
space?
will compare to when it went wreck and he did not limit the ticket sales.
I
Yeah, but I do think that this space was much larger.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It breathed a lot.
Yeah.
Whatever, a lot better. Like you could.
Yeah, it definitely
really-
felt more open.
you could really feel
That's
more
good.
comfortable.
Yeah, I've never been to the Museum of Industry, so
It was
that's
a nice
like
change.
that's a nice venue to have it at. My high school's
shout out
prom was
Wyatt.
at the Science Center, so it's
And
kind
I
of
mean, I think a
reminding me
big
of that.
thing- And Wyatt and them all mentioned it in their posts and in their speech, but like
Yes.
the Museum of Industry came out when they asked about hosting the event there. The Museum of Industry
They said they
responded.
were reluctant to. Even like the Leaf was like, well, give it
Yeah,
a shot.
Leaf was reluctant to reach out to the Museum of Industry because it's technically owned by the city and a bunch of like rich billionaires who
Right.
own museums and shit. And Leaf reached out to them, and their response to the Leaf magazine, which I think is like an incredibly based response, was, "Well, you are an industry,
So like, yeah.
Wow.
so like, yeah."
So of course you're valid. Like,
That's beautiful.
It was really like
That's-
kind of heartwarming
like
in a way.
that's really beautiful.
I was
That's
like,
wholesome.
wow, it feels like it's like when your parents like, hey, good job, kid.
yeah,
like,
like a little
wow.
pat on the
The
back.
government recognizes we're industry.
Yeah.
I think it was
Wow.
just genius to do it on the water because why?
Doing it on the water was so nice, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking on the water. Like it
And
was
then all the light. It was at the harbor, right?
you
Yeah.
could see the domino sign.
The
like,
Domino
course
Sugar
you
sign was like
could.
right over the thing.
Perfect.
Everyone posted pictures of the Domino Sugar sign at the end of the night.
It was bound to happen. You did too.
I know.
No,
You ain't- that's why I said
everybody-
everyone.
I was
You
like,
were
was everybody in
everybody.
that specific spot on the hill or
It's the
whatever
same
because it
spot,
was the
yeah.
same angle.
Domino
Like,
Sugar stock went up.
everyone.
Mine was more zoomed out than everyone else. Everyone else was
Morgan
zooming
is
in
a
for
Domino
theirs.
Sugar influencer now.
Everyone else was zoomed in for theirs. Mine was at the zoomed out regular 1x.
Yeah.
So mine wasn't as zoomed in as everyone else, but
Some people did like I saw like a little pan video.
there was a lot of panos. There was a lot of panos. It was cool.
I took a picture too.
I could have swore I saw something that said "dress up," and apparently I'm the only one that.
No,
got that
I saw
memo.
that too. It
I did
said
see
dress
that.
up.
I just didn't. I got too many things to do
You don't
yesterday.
have to, and everybody went bet. I was the only person that went.
Because
"Oh,
he said,
go
let's
dress
make this the CannaQuestt Gala. I saw that story.
up." Well, listen,
he
me
deleted
and, me
it
and
mad
Wyatt.
fast though.
He did?
Yeah. So
Damn.
like when my homie saw that, called me and was like, "Are you dressing up?" And I'm like, "Well, I dress up anyway. Like I'm gonna like it was regardless. Like that was the plan."
Right.
But he was like, "I saw something that said we had to," and I heard Wyatt's wearing a suit. I'm like, "Well, Wyatt wears a suit." To
Yeah,
the
Wyatt wears a
swim
suit
meet."
all the
Wyatt always
time.
wears
So
a
like,
suit,
like,
yeah.
he's gonna wear like he's gonna wear a suit to a
Yeah.
cookout. So I was like, all right.
Did he
whatever.
wear a suit?
No.
Yeah.
Did he wear a suit?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Him and I almost wore the same thing because we both wore all black.
Nice.
It was funny. I mean, full transparency for the Canna fam, I had a bunch of other things to do that day and didn't stop back at home at all. So it was like I woke up at 6:30 in the morning and me and Trav went to Record Store Day at Soundgarden in Fells Point.
Yeah.
And so we were there at 7:30 in the morning, lined up to buy vinyls. And
I've seen that line.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was wrapped
Listen,
around the
you
block.
record people are crazy. You vinyl lovers.
I
My
know.
friend
No.
Ariel was there. She was also Tender of the Month in this
Very
month.
fun.
But yeah, she was there.
But yeah, no, Trav had no idea what he was getting into when he agreed to go with me.
Oh, I thought we were going inside of places. I didn't know we were standing out in the cold for 3 hours before we could shop to get the opportunity to buy.
How many
He's like
dabs
a
did you take in
dad
that 3
and his
hours?
kid. And his kid's
None.
like, Dad,
I've
please,
lied.
it's going to be so much fun.
ripped
And
the pen
Dad's
a
like,
bunch.
I literally hit him up. I was like, "Hey, you want to
Sure
tag
you had to do
along?"
something.
And he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'll tag along." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And like, I'm trying to give him an idea of what he's getting himself into, and I don't think just Trav really fully recognized.
I don't really read it all. Either.
just fully crashing out in
Listen.
line outside of
He kind of
Soundgarden.
was.
What? I was not. I was chilling. We
You were
having a good
chilling,
time.
yeah. No, it was a good time. It was
on
good vibes.
behavior.
We talked with a guy behind us who had to go because his daughter really wanted the Taylor Swift vinyl,
Aw.
and it was just him in line, waiting.
Oh, that's so
Uh,
sweet.
Yeah, so there's some like
And
nice
he
moments.
did not look like a Taylor Swift fan.
No.
So,
He
And
was
we kept
doing it for her.
We kept ripping jokes about people who were in line for the Taylor Swift vinyl, and he thought it was funny.
Why
so
did
I
you?
was like,
He
"Alright,
should have
I love
just
that.
paid to get to the front of the line. Like been like, "Hey, you guys want to join? Let me just get right in front of you real quick. I know what I want. I guarantee you don't."
brother,
But
that one joint wouldn't remotely pay for some of those people to lose their spot in line.
I
They-
saw
So-
I saw the
they were
vinyls.
there-
They're like $15. So having
So-
them move behind.
Nah, some of them were there to spend thousands of dollars.
I was saying, there's people who
on
bought.
vinyl.
I mean, I dropped over $200 on
You spent
vinyl
money.
yesterday. Like,
Probably. You're happy about
But
it?
you got a lot.
I was saying, I got 7 vinyls, so
That's
like
that's
for how much?
$209.
I'm
I
sorry, I
mean-
still had the
After
1,000 ringing
tax.
in my head. I was
that's
like, even
not that
No,
bad.
No.
There were people there for that.
But I mean, there were
Some of them
vinyls
were
that like
crazy priced.
there were vinyls that you had to raffle to get a chance to purchase. Like there was a Wicked
Damn.
vinyl.
Oh my God, how
it's a-
much was that?
It's a Record Store Day exclusive. Regular price it's $60, but here's the thing: there are only 2,000 copies pressed in the entire country. 3 of them for this record store.
Oh my God.
So there are some
They were
places.
only 60 as well.
Yeah.
That's so funny. They had to raffle. They had to buy raffle tickets. That roll of raffle tickets probably.
They
cost
probably already had 'em.
$5. That's so funny.
Yeah.
They had. I thought they were probably selling them things for like $1,000, $1,500, something stupid like that.
So how much
No,
was
it's on
the
retail.
Wicked vinyl?
Some of them were.
It was $60 retail, but they only
Okay.
had 3 of them, and they announced in advance to get a chance to purchase it, you had to be in line before 9 a.m. and get a raffle ticket, and they would draw 3 raffle tickets for the 3 people who could buy it.
I should have bought that war.
That's fucking insane.
It sounds insane for that, right? But it happens for shoes. As long as no one gets shot or
Well-
stabbed.
Well,
over
no,
it,
I mean, I understand it's Wicked. I'm just like, that's insane. Like,
And you know what?
I would
bet
do it for Wicked if I knew about it. I would have done it. I would have.
You ever seen South Park?
Are you a vinyl? You're a vinyl fan?
I mean, I like
Yeah.
vinyls.
Have I ever seen South Park?
Have you seen the Wicked episode?
Yeah.
No.
Don't see it. That's the only. That's the only. That's the only thing that goes in my head when someone's like, "Yeah, I'm seeing Wicked," or "I got Wicked."
What were you saying about you listen to vinyl?
Oh yeah, sometimes I'm like, I don't have a record player, but
This
my
is just the best listening experience.
it's like the most authentic way that you can
right.
listen to
That's
music. You know, actually.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all are happy.
I gotta fucking.
No, but my grandpa used to play vinyls for me when I was a kid, so that's why I like them. But I don't have a record player now because I live with my mom and I don't want to like blast music. And she's a Christian woman. She likes her gospel music, and I don't want to, you know.
I guess that's why like the vinyl thing it's so interesting to me because like there is much more of what feels like a therapeutic experience of, like,
It's very meditative.
Yeah, the getting up, the process.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
putting it all
It's a
together.
ritual.
It's the hash rosin of the music listening experience. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's
like
a pretty reasonable
I think
comparison.
it's just the rolling your own.
Yeah,
you know what I
sitting
mean?
down and
Like,
rolling a
it's-
joint.
versus just like, again, like I've always made this kind of joke, but reference to like, shout out old Trav, like pills. I've never been a pill guy. That's too fast. You need to at least have a step or two in your drug process, in my opinion. Pills. Again, I'm not condoning anything out here. I'm just saying pills are scary because there's no steps. It's just take pill. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Weed, you got like sit down, you got grind up. Like, there's much more process, even other things. But like, something scary as shit about like that. So like, I like the simple satisfaction of just throwing on the music, boom, click.
So-
like, right there, stream. Like, I don't
Right.
really have to get up, put on the record, make sure it's on right, make sure it's aligned, clean everything, clean it
Yeah.
all right, because like upkeep is important with those things. Like, I feel like it's an addiction for some of y'all. Y'all are just so it's like you become satiated with how quick we can stream music, and that's
Yeah.
me. I am that.
So to give you some perspective, there was a vinyl yesterday that I didn't get. It's a Remy Wolf vinyl. It was limited to 3,000 copies. It was limited to 3,000 copies nationwide. They were sold out by the time I got to the front of that vinyl. And I was looking this morning because some record stores post their remaining record store day stock the next morning. And I was like, okay, maybe there's a place that it didn't sell out. It throws up. Couldn't find one. But people are already listing it on eBay. It was full price, $30, $35, I think. It is now already reselling for double.
Damn.
And it's only probably going to go up in value because I have a Mac Miller release from a couple years ago from Record Store Day that was like limited to like I think 3,000 or 4,000 copies. That's now worth like $300 if it's still new
Feels
and
like
sealed.
an NFT of music.
It's more like
Except very fungible.
Except it is
It's
very
like-
F. Yeah, I was gonna say.
it's like baseball cards almost in a
Kind
way,
of.
like collecting and like or like Pokemon cards.
guess
How
I
there's
just mean,
limited
like-
prints
how
of
many
certain
albums
ones.
do you want to listen all the way through though?
Certain ones.
That's like how artists intend for some of them to be listened to though. And some of the ones I bought were also singles. So like I have an Anderson .Paak single that I got yesterday. It was limited to I think 2,000 or 3,000 copies. It's just a 7-inch vinyl, and on one side it's the clean
I
version, the
appreciate it.
explicit version. The other side's the instrumental.
nice.
We gotta hook up my thing. We gotta put it somewhere. I have my grandmother's my grandparents' old like.
I see, but probably needs a new cartridge.
Everything. It
We'll
has
fix
like
it up.
an AM/FM radio, a cassette player, and a vinyl record player on top of it. It's like one of
They
the
hooked you up.
We'll clean it
Nice.
up.
I want to get a
They-
little
they-
record
they
player.
died.
Fixed my
They
previous record
died.
player when it broke. I got it broken.
Chris said they hooked me up. They died.
My old record player was broken when I bought it, and I had to fix it. So I will
Oh my god.
gladly help you.
If they passed away and gave
Shut
you
up.
a Honda
Shut up,
Civic,
Evan.
that's still a hookup.
That's
I
what
mean,
happened to
kind
me
of.
when
It
I
could-
was when I was in high school.
could-
Yeah. My grandma passed away and I got her car. It was a hookup.
Right, that shit could have went to the state.
That's true. Could have been used to pay for
See, I
debts.
think it was more that my dad just didn't want to deal with taking it around, so I ended up getting it.
That's
Because
valid.
I don't have a. I don't.
at the
What did we just go
brain
over?
side
I
of
don't.
Damn.
What did we go over just now? How I don't listen to vinyl
Yeah,
records, and I have a I guess what we're pretty nice vintage.
And somebody
not
probably-
nice, but like vintage, like cool.
Yeah.
I would.
We'll get
assume.
that fixed up. We'll
Yeah,
take it for a spin.
Help me
Yeah,
with that.
yeah,
You'll have to
yeah.
help me get it cleaned up and somewhere.
And then if you don't
We'll
want
put
it, you got some people that might take it off your hands.
I would say
I
the
need,
big
like-
thing is
I need
making
a
sure it's
Conway
clean and
Twitty album.
functioning.
Let me get like a good like.
There's almost definitely some Griselda vinyls that exist and stuff that would be probably pretty
There's
fire.
vinyls of everything, I feel.
Not everything, but a lot of things.
Almost everything, yeah.
I mean, fucking yesterday we saw there was a Gunna album on vinyl. There was a Lil Uzi album on
Oh, The
vinyl.
Life is Beautiful on vinyl.
There's a Young
That would
Thug on
sound
vinyl.
amazing.
I have Mac
You know,
Miller
the
Faces on
Alchemist, yeah.
vinyl.
I have almost Mac Miller's entire discography on vinyl. I think I'm missing 2 things at this
That's
point.
beautiful.
And I know where to purchase both of them. They're both accessible, so it's not like I'm missing Macadelic, and I'm missing Good AM.
So you have like watching movies with the sound off and whatnot?
I have the 10-year anniversary of watching movies with the sound off with the Zoetrope picture disc. It is a
Nice.
special limited release. It's a whole box set. It's fun. But I have I have his whole discography on vinyl except for those 2, and I'm gonna very soon be getting those so that I can check off the
So
completion.
You remember Salad Fingers?
I didn't extend it. Like, that's just the size of the paper.
Why is it so long?
Because he doesn't roll cones, he rolls.
Oh yeah, you roll straight.
So-
Yeah.
Like, that's literally just the length of the paper.
That's just how it is. I swear.
Vic roasting everybody today.
Jesus.
I know everyone's
Love
catching
it.
strays
Give me
here.
that shit back.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
oh my God. What are you getting your mother? What could you get your mother from the dispensary? Like, what's a good gift for your mother?
From my mom.
For
no.
my
Or
mom,
any mom. Let's just
I
say
say
any mom.
my
Let's
mom
help people.
specifically or any mom because those are 2 very different
Both.
Yeah.
answers.
Both.
So-
but answer them separately so that way we can.
I'll start with my mom specifically.
Okay.
My mom does consume small amounts of cannabis-related products. She doesn't like THC though. She likes CBD, and she
Yeah,
likes
those should be passed.
really high doses of CBD. There was a point in time when Trav worked at Elevated that she would come in and buy CBD isolate, and she would dab CBD isolate out of a Puffco Plus pen.
Oh, I feel like I remember you telling me this.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did she like it?
Oh yeah, she loved it. It was great. It helped her a lot with her
Coffee or
pain.
anything?
No, not really.
She didn't mind it.
I've enjoyed my CBD dabs in my day, like from reputable companies. It's not my go-to. I usually will add it to, if I had it, I would add it to stuff. That and terpene dabs, if you guys have ever seen any of those. Like Phyto dabs was my shit. I used to love Kevin Dabs. It was at the little store next to Blair, whatever that little place is called.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, those CBD dabs really helpful. So
Yeah, no.
Shout out to your mom.
I would say for my mom, if I'm going to the dispensary, I'm getting something insanely high CBD, low to no THC, like maybe of the current market, the Strawberry Wilds probably. I think it's strawberry,
The
raspberry.
20 to 1.
Yeah, the 20 to 1.
Strawberry.
Yeah. Yeah, where it's 20 milligrams of CBD, 1 THC. She'd probably be okay with that.
She
I've been
can't
trying
handle
to
any
get it-
THC?
It's not that she can't handle it; she just doesn't like the feeling that it gives her. Sometimes it makes her more tense and anxious. It like gives her a little bit of that stressy feeling. So, I think she'd be good with that. But she also likes CBG, CBD. We've been very experimenting with some of the other minor cannabinoids, and she really likes a lot of that stuff. Which is part of why I think the minor cannabinoid products are so big in the market. But if I'm talking to any mom, I would say a topical for sure, or the bath salts. The bath salts are the layup. I mean, like the fucking
Yeah.
the sea salt, the lavender fucking salt, Epsom salt. Like that's an easy layup winner. But if not that, like one of the transdermal lotions or topicals, I think they're just approachable for a lot of people, especially if your mom doesn't really get crazy with cannabis.
If I took a CBD dab, I'm still on that, by the way, I would pass out. Like, I would fall right asleep. There'd
We
be
have
no...
CBD
I-
coffee
I don't
at
think
work.
you would.
Like, I'm... Okay,
Two
so
wolves inside
hear
of
me
you.
out. If I take
Night,
an
night.
edible with anything more than, I will say, 30 milligrams of CBD, I'm done for the day.
I'm with you. I think it hits different through the lungs.
Yeah.
I think you'd enjoy it differently. I think you'd calm like not that you're excited, but you'd feel it just boom. Like it's almost like you'll feel the brightness level go very low. I don't think you go down, but I think you feel great. Now if you keep going, yeah. But I think that one, especially like a THC dab with some like the isolate on top, that's heaven.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that. Now so many, of course, it's always been for my entire existence of the CBD life. Like I'm a big proponent of taking CBD, and it won't make you less high. You just
CBD
might
is
happen
nice.
to feel better. And I know it's a very, very small amount of people that dab CBD on any kind of regular basis at all, or at all.
I mean, I like CBD. I got
think
these
the
joints
edibles are always on
here.
sale because nobody ever wants the one-to-ones,
True.
which is always fun.
I mean, this joint right here, it's mango mint cross. It's mixed with mule fuel, so it's like 30% mule fuel with like 2 point something terps with 1% something myrcene, and then the mango mint, which is like 7 THC, almost 18, 19 CBD, and then also like 2-3% terps with like another full percent of myrcene. So this is like big, relax, make you sleepy, like just
Keep it on
fucking
you.
mellow the fuck out joint.
What about your mom? Mama question.
So, my mom has just gotten the okay to like really start diving in,
Nice.
but she has no desire to. So anything she gets into is completely by accident, and it's usually because I give it to her and don't tell her.
So not an accident.
No, but
So
for her.
entirely
You know
on
what I'm saying?
purpose.
It's an accident on her end.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
Yeah, but then like you'll tell her that like it has THC in it, and like I'm always make it like her favorite snack. So like she loves snickerdoodles, so I'll make her some snickerdoodles and I'll be like, hey, there's weed in there, don't eat them, and then but I'll leave them with her, and then she'll be like, I'll come back like an hour later and she's literally fighting it and eating them.
Don't eat them. Wink.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
It's very very funny. But if I was going to the dispensary, actually I took her to the dispensary for the first time. I want to say a month ago, and
Okay.
she didn't look at anything on the menu at all, but she did buy one thing.
Oh, yeah?
I'll let you guess what it is. You're not gonna guess, but it's really funny.
Was it edible?
No,
Just a fucking.
Was it a joint?
2-gram jar of Roz.
no,
Just kidding,
Was it a
obviously
joint?
not.
no. It was a fucking bowl.
Just an accessory.
She saw something shaped
I
like an
feel so
elephant and was literally like, I want that.
My
And I was
gut,
like-
my gut was gonna say like a pack of cones or an accessory, but then I was like, no, I feel like Quest wouldn't bring this up unless it was actually weed, and he fucking psyched me out.
That's so cute though. A little elephant bowl. That was like one of the first bowls I ever had.
Dude, the elephant bowl's a classic.
Shout out to my mom though. She was the first person to catch me for smoking weed.
Real.
And, but she never like actually like I played 3 sports. It didn't really matter. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? She didn't care. So how she caught me is really funny. I was outside. I have a little smoke spot. I smoked a bowl, right? So then I come inside and I start eating the frosted Cheerios. I have to make the specification. I'm not
Frosted
eating
Cheerios
dry,
are
I'm
fire.
not eating dry Cheerios out here.
Right,
like, you know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
Frosted
So-
Cheerios are fire.
Right, so I'm sitting there eating it. I have my homie with me, and I'm like, I'm getting to the end, like the last bit of the bowl, and I'm touching it, and it's making different shapes, and I'm geeking. Like I'm literally geeking the fuck out of a bowl of Cheerios. My mom comes in, she was like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "You're stoned," and like that's literally all she had to say. She was like, "God damn it," and she just walked off.
Honestly,
That's
that's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
That
that's
is
pretty
the
ideal.
best case scenario ever.
Yeah, I finished my bowl of cereal. It's great.
What about
I
you,
love
Vic?
that
What
for
are you
you.
getting your mom from the dispensary?
My mom, she's recently started to dabble in edibles when she's not feeling too hot.
Okay.
But I don't think she really likes them that much. I don't know.
No?
Something like dewdrop level 2.5.
Yeah, like something small, you know? And like, I don't know if either she's just one of those people that they don't affect or like she just doesn't like how they are. Because every time I give them to her, she's like, didn't do nothing. And
Which
I'm like,
one has
okay.
she tried?
I've given her Juanas.
Okay.
I've given her dewdrops.
Are you giving her any
I've-
ratios or just THC?
I've given her ratios and just THC. I've given her Bebos.
Mm-hmm.
I just be giving her whatever I get, you know? I'm just like,
Give her
try
40
it.
next time.
Mama.
Fuck it.
Huh?
Just give her 40 next time. Fuck it.
Yeah, and I'll just be like, you know, because then I could be like, just eat half. Because I always tell her, like, if you don't want to eat the whole thing, eat half. Give her a 40, and then she gets 20, and then see if me. I'm not gonna do that to my
Coward.
mother. I'm not gonna do it to my mother. I would never, Mom. I'm sorry. I love you, Mama. I would never do that. No.
No, that's weird. Because like when I use RSO or Terp sap and I make an edible,
Yeah.
my mom like completely feels it and she gets zonked out and whatever. But like if I give her any edible from the dispensary, it does nothing.
Interesting.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
Like she can eat the whole like if she ate I think like 4 40-milligram edibles. I think they were the in-house ones and was chilling. She was very upset. She wanted to be asleep.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
What about you, Trev?
I'm getting my mother nothing from the dispensary.
It's all for you.
And well, it's all for me, and I'm dragging this out because I'm about to take this dab momentarily, and I don't want to start and then die and forget where I'm at. So we'll just forget where I'm at altogether. You know what I'm saying? One moment, please.
Everyone on standby. Cannon fam, give him a
Yeah.
moment.
He just needs a second.
It's a sensitive subject for him.
So anyway,
Get the box of tissues, Morgan.
There's Q-tips.
There's a roll of paper towels.
Magic. Just wiping it.
that's how dabbers could soak up their tears.
He's like, hold on. He's like, I got him. Hold on.
All right. So, long time ago, years ago, I made brownies for myself and my girlfriend at the time. and we infused them with, I think 1 gram concentrate, big batch of brownies.
Mm.
And I gave my mother one. She took what I describe as a Squidward-sized bite when he bites the Krabby Patty. Like, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Little baby
Scared.
nipple.
I'm sitting at home, and I get a phone call.
Not the phone call.
Travis, help! I'm like, oh no. I was like, what's happening? She goes, I ate some of the brownie. I don't feel good. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. I was like, Mom, you're fine. She's like, you need to come here. I'm like, no, you're fine. She's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, stay still. Nothing. Nothing. You are fine. She's like, please just come here. I'm like, okay, hold on. So me and we go. It's not too far. We go. She's holding on to her recliner for dear life.
Dude, otherwise she's
She's
gonna
about
fly
to blast
off.
off into space. Yeah, she's about to go off into space. Her husband has no idea. Like he's just vibing. He has no fucking clue what's going on. And she's chilling, and we're like talking to her and trying to like distract him. Whatever, it's fine. He doesn't know or nothing. Not that he'd be like mad at her. Well, he'd probably just be like, "Why? Come on! Like, what are you doing?" Because she asked me. She wanted to try it. Like, it's been for a very, very, very long time for her. She wanted to give it a go. I tried to not push it on her, but when she had cancer multiple times, I was like, "Weed." And she was like, "No." I'm like, ugh. Okay. She was eating some fruit. She was eating soursop because there's big stories of its cancer curing abilities. I'm like, "Don't you won't use wheat THC? Okay. Go eat the fucking pineapple, but you won't eat. Okay."
Pineapple's not illegal, Travis.
And that was the point, and that's I can never mind. She again is trying to not fall off into space, and it's like 7:30 at night, and she's like, "What do we do?" I'm like, "Go to bed, call it a day." And we're like, "Just put her to bed." She's like, "But what do we say to Eric?" I'm like, "You've had cancer 4 times. He won't give a shit. He knows you can sleep whenever you want to. You're a tired old lady. You're fine now, but
you got it."
So she was like, "Okay." So we just tucked her in and put her to bed. He was like, "Okay." I'm like, "Carl."
No.
He had no idea. She called me the next day and was like, being funny, but also seriously, "Don't you ever do that again to me." I was like, "I didn't do nothing to you." I was like, "What did you do?" I was like, "Why did?" I was like, "I don't even know if we looked at. I think I did look at how much she ate." I'm like, "You ate nothing." She's like, she just started kind of laughing. She was like, "Travis, that was crazy." She's like, "I've never felt like that before." I was like, she felt horrible. All that to fucking say, I'd go to the hemp shop.
Okay.
She likes the Sleepy Bear gummies, the CBD CBNs. Or
Okay. Yeah. Your mom's like my mom in that way.
But what's funny,
Yeah.
I got no letters after my last name. I don't know nothing. I'm not a doctor. I don't think, based off the research that's done, that those minor cannabinoids really do much without THC's presence. That's why full spectrum works as well as it does in comparison, especially when you have no baseline of a endocannabinoid system function. So I wonder if it's psychosomatic, or maybe not. Maybe it does do its thing, or maybe her one experience with THC wakes up your endocannabinoid system enough for you to be able to receive those minors enough. I don't know. I don't know nothing. But like again, I find it fascinating.
Yeah.
That's her vibe. So I go there, some very low dose CBD CBNs, something like that, and she go sleep. That's her vibe. But high, no.
Yeah.
Mama Dabs is not the opposite of me. We are not the same in this regard.
You and Mama Dabs not going gummy for gummy out here?
I venture to think my mother's never watched a video, and I hope not. She knows what but she don't want to see me smoke nothing. That's her thing, but she probably really don't want to see me use a blowtorch, and she probably she would lose her mind if she were to see that. Like, now, if I were to do what Quest is doing, she'd be confused. Then I could just be like, "It's a big vape. That's easy enough to pass off."
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've had that conversation with my mother.
And I'm smacked. I've talked straight for like 5 minutes. Can somebody else talk?
You're good. Yeah, so like I have smoked with my mother before. My mom at one point was really big also into the hemp CBD cigarettes. And so there would be times where she'd be like, come back to my room and she'd be like, "Are you going to go outside to the porch to smoke soon? Because like I want to go smoke one of my CBD cigarettes and I don't want to just sit out there by myself." And I'm like,
"Oh yeah, she liked
yeah, I'll go do that with
the
you."
cheap sticks, right?
Yeah.
No.
The CBD pre-rolls, like literal cigs.
Yeah.
Those things are pretty sweet when you're like, if you can,
She used to smoke cigarettes once
If
upon
you
a
get
time.
too high and you can convince somebody to smoke something, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
Because I think those are a great way to kind of immediately smack down that THC and bring you back
Yeah.
down a little bit.
My mom's just against smoking in general. She just
Yeah.
doesn't. She hates the fact of like something going
And
into
I
your
respect-
lungs.
I
You
can't,
know.
I will never
Do you wanna hit
argue with
this?
somebody that's like, smoking's bad for you. Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
I would say I don't think my mom's ever watched a full episode, but I mean I know she's probably seen clips. She's
I like to think I have a resin coating, like a
A safety net.
Yeah.
like, that's why I never really. I do get sick. But that's why I never get sick. You know what I mean? it's you're my alveola, areola. What's in your lungs?
your areola is on your nipples, so I'm
Oh.
gonna go with the other one.
Okay, your alveola. Okay, your alveola is what's in your lungs, right?
I hope
Pretty
so.
sure those are your air sacs.
I don't know
Anyway.
enough about lung function to tell you this. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I just watched him shrivel up in sandy cheeks.
Not fair.
That light is crazy. The thing is so illuminated. When aliens find that in the future, it's gonna be fucking nuts.
The aliens gave it to us, dog.
Oh, shit.
Like 60 years ago.
Like the
this
pyramids.
is old shit to them.
I can't wait till historians find this in the future.
Dude, historians are gonna have a wild time with the 2020,
Dude.
like the early 2000s.
I can't wait for the day that I have kids and they get to history class and they're covering the year 2020. Maybe not when I have kids. Maybe even when they grandkids.
Like as a grandkids,
Yeah.
probably feels like even better because
Yeah.
it's so far out that you can convince them of anything.
I
at that
can,
point.
but like it's not even crazy shit. It's just
Referring
the
to it as
truth.
referring to it as the tens.
Yeah. Oh
Because we'll be
god.
so deep in the 20s that it would make more sense.
Dude,
like the
this is the
19
Roaring 20s. We're getting ready for another Great Depression.
Yeah, we're back, baby.
Brother, I'm
It's
always in a
time.
Great Depression. Don't you worry about it.
Amen, brother.
Depressed.
Oh,
Jay,
yeah.
Have a joint?
So you said your mom's getting into the world of weed. And you
Yeah.
said she does gummies. So you haven't smoked with her?
No, she does not like smoking. She hates lung inhalation.
And she doesn't like that you do it either? I'm
No,
guessing?
she hates it so much, and I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect her opinion on
If
it.
you let me do my right, like that's always been my thing. Let me do my thing.
She's proud of what I've done with the job.
Does-
She's so that's all that matters, I think.
I'd say my mom feels probably similarly.
Now,
Don't
this
be a
is,
failure.
I might be being assumptive here, but because of your youthful status, has your mom always been pretty copacetic with your consumption?
Oh, no.
No. Okay,
Absolutely
so
not.
there's been a coming to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did she find
So-
out you smoked
Yeah, I was
weed?
gonna say, give me
Yeah,
the story of your
so-
mom.
'Cause we heard
Yu's
Quest.
understanding of your
Yeah. So like my mom. All right. Let me give you an age gap too. My mom when she got so I'm adopted. I don't know if we've been over. Yeah, I'm adopted. My mother's
Go
white.
watch the first episode.
Yeah.
Thick.
So she when she got me, she was 40. She just turned 40. So we have a bigger age gap.
Yeah.
And she found out at first because she found a fucking dryer vape in my room when I was like in like junior year of high school, and she's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "I'm keeping it for a friend.
Junior high school with a dryer
I'm-
vape
I'm-
makes my
I'm
old brain.
I'm
hiding
holding
it.
it for
Sorry.
a friend.
I'm holding it for a friend."
Classic.
Yeah. And I was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And then she like, I kind of hit it really well, I think. Honestly, she didn't find out because I moved out at 19 also for a little bit, and that's when I really started smoking a lot.
Yeah.
And she didn't really know. And then while I was not living at home, I got the job at Storehouse working in the dispensaries. And then I finally, like, I tried to hide it from her for a little bit, and then the article came out. Then it was over.
Yeah.
She found it, and I was like, hey.
About dad.
So
I'm famous, sorry.
yeah, so she didn't like the article either. She was not happy with it
No.
because she didn't like the picture. That she was like, "You're smoking," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's my job now, kind of."
That's what I do.
And so, but she's still proud of me. She's just proud that I stuck with something for so long because I used to job hop a lot in my day. You know, you remember the show Austin and Ally?
Vaguely.
And you know
My
that
sister
the
watched it.
girl like Trisha, I think, and she would like get a new job every episode, and she would quit every episode. Like that was me in high school. Like I just hopped jobs all the time. My mom was like, "Damn, you're never gonna stick with anything, bro."
That's crazy.
But I did it. I've stuck with something because I've been doing this for like almost 4 years now. So
Oh yeah.
It's true.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom, I always ask her, I was like, "When you got me, did you think I'd be selling drugs?"
Probably
she
not.
says, "Please don't ask me that."
Sell plants.
Yeah. Yeah, we sell plants. You want to hear a really funny story about me?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
This is how 9/11 personally victimized me.
Awesome way to start.
What an insane way to start a story. All right.
Can't
So-
wait to hear
There's
this.
the tagline.
All right. How 9/11 changed Vic. That's the title of the episode.
No, exactly. So my mom was set to. So I got my adoption date is October 29th, 2001. So my mom got me like 20 days basically after my first birthday, but she was supposed to get me earlier in September. So my mom's plane was set to leave on September 13th, 2001 to go to China to go get me. Because of 9/11, my adoption was delayed by a month and a half.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Whoa.
And now I'm here.
Do you feel like that month and a half did anything for you?
I don't know. I think about the fact that they were probably putting me in a baby carrier, and then they were like,
Whoop,
the second tower hit.
They're like, oh.
Just imagine like a baby in the airport going on luggage claim, just going around like a road.
My mom had to like go back from maternity. She went back to work. She was like, "Can I like undo the maternity leave?
Guys,
I
I
can't
need
go
to
to
run
China
this,
right now."
run this back a little bit.
So,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Damn.
What a
Adoption
what a wild
maternity
coincidence.
That's my
I've never
origin
considered
story.
You know what's crazy? They all hit us in the room and then got silent. I'm like, yeah, we were all like,
Yeah. What was it like for you guys? What was 9/11 like for you guys?
So my
Tell me
9/11
about
story.
it.
well, I think what was I?
I was like pre-K, so I wasn't in school yet. My brother was. My mom was a mostly stay-at-home mom, but she like volunteered with the school a lot and did some substitute teaching. So like she was off that day. I just remember us being like at home, and then she turned on the news, and then obviously everything that happened, and then we were like, oh shit, we got to go pick up my brother from school. So we went and picked him up, and then like we all just kind of hung out at home the rest of the day. And it's a relatively normal day, all things. I mean, I remember that it happened, but nothing crazy.
I was old, 3rd grade.
That's crazy, old
And I
man.
remember
Wow.
where I was,
Jerry, yeah.
and I was excited because they were like, "You're going home." We're like,
Sick.
"Okay, sick."
Hell yeah, brother.
Sweet. Why? And they're like, "Shh." And we're like, "Okay." And then at home, I still didn't quite grasp. Obviously, I was just like, "Okay, do it. I have to go back to school tomorrow." Like, what's the situation here? And I did.
Yeah.
I did have to go to school.
I did go to school the
Thanks
next
for
day.
keeping-
But we
It's
said-
an early
but
dismissal.
we
Like,
said-
you don't
but
get the
we
whole day for
But we
that.
said the pledge.
Oh.
Passionately.
Extra hard, eh?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Like
Dude,
we're gonna
I
run
remember.
it back twice.
I remember after 9/11 when there were the fucking.
DJ, run that back. Run that back.
Once for each tower.
When.
I mean, I remember after fucking 9/11 when they were like selling books of school children's passionate art about 9/11. Like infomercials for
Alright.
that
I don't
shit,
remember it.
to like raise money for it.
I don't remember it. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
9/11.
We want to know what weird event I do remember.
It's the only
when
time
as
we'll
a
talk
chi-
about
as a
9/11 on
child
the podcast,
because it was by
hopefully.
my house.
What?
Do you remember the DC sniper?
Oh, huh.
Yeah, that
Oh
shit
my
happened
God.
so close to my house. And you know what they told us to do? Walk home. It wasn't a
Yes.
problem.
Walk home.
But yeah, they didn't care.
My dad got
They said we didn't have
That's
outdoor. We did not
crazy.
have outdoor recess for like a while though.
There was a white van outside
That's
my dad's work.
understandable.
No, it was like within like the 15-mile radius.
That's
of my
terrifying.
Of my elementary school. Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you survived that.
So back to Mother's Day.
Or not. Let's talk about tragic events you guys remember growing up.
So, I mean, back on the topic before it got derailed by 9/11. My mom, I don't know when exactly she found out I smoked, but I started smoking more heavily while I was living with my aunt and my cousin, and my cousin like really smoked a lot of weed. So like, I'm sure at some point my mom was like, or my aunt told my mom that I was smoking weed with my cousin a lot. But like she showed up at my aunt's house one day, like relatively unannounced, and we had just been smoking weed. So like I came down almost certainly reeking of pot,
Right.
and it was like we never really acknowledged it in any capacity. And the most we acknowledged it was when I moved back in with her, literally right before the pandemic hit, and because I lived with her at that point and had been smoking like daily, frequently for a while, it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna smoke, but I'm gonna do it outside, be respectful of all that and all that. And we never really acknowledged it too much until one day I ran out of weed for like a couple days because my plug was being really shitty about hitting me back, and I got really cranky because he was being really shitty about hitting me back. And my mom was like, "Oh my god, just apply for your fucking medical card. You need to smoke some weed and chill out."
That's so funny. Yeah, my mother has we had our time, man. It's funny to see where we're at now, but she threw away an ounce one time.
Damn.
I got
throw
I know
hands
you
with
heard
her?
I got it
about
back.
that.
I got it back.
I'm gonna see. I
Oh.
threw hands with her.
We got it back.
He went dumpster diving for that
Oh.
shit.
Oh, she
It was
lazy
still-
threw it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank God. In like multi-level.
She did not do the proper green
Yeah,
laced
she-
SOPs.
No, not at all.
No.
Dug it out
Yep.
and
In the back of her head, she's like,
Pulled
"What
a
if my son's
curio.
gonna owe
Yep.
this person money?"
Yeah, right. I missed my temp time. I'll retorch in a second. I went out to my. She's always been we'll call it investigative for of myself for no reason. Like I've been
Nosy,
a pretty
perhaps?
good. I was a pretty good kid. I kind of went. I got way crazier like in college, like when I wasn't at home. But she's always been on my case, even when I didn't do nothing. When I came home one time, for no reason, she decided that she needed to find something in my car, and she just grabbed my bag. Like she I guess looked in there while she was out there, took it, and then so when I go to leave, I go, "Bye, I love you," and I go outside. I'm like, my bag's missing. I go back in. I go, "Hey mom, where's my bag?" And she's just like, "What bag?" I was just like, "The bag that is in my car." And I try to get stern and serious, and then I immediately bail out of that because that ain't happening. And she's just like,
You had to walk it back.
She just turns over at me and then, "It's gone." I was just like, "What do you mean it's gone?" She's like, "It's in the trash." I'm like, "It's in the dumpster." Immediately, I know she lazy threw it away, so I go looking for it, and we get through that situation, and never really speak of it again. And then it's I've always been a good boy though. I never smoked in the house. I never did nothing like that disrespectful.
Me either.
She
Me either.
accused me the one time, and I was just like, "Nah, ma, it's just loud. It just got real. I've rolled down here, but I've never
Yeah.
combusted
Yeah.
nothing down here."
Yeah, so grinding up the weed will really,
make it smell.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, you know if I smoke down here. Yeah. And now she's like, "Hey, give me the CBN gummies." I'm like, "Oh, look at this. Look at
Well.
Right.
Look who's come around.
Yeah, look at you.
How
now,
the tables have tabled.
yeah, now you want the plant. You were so scared before.
No, it's really funny actually because like my mom has always been cool, but my dad has been like that. My dad is like it's kind of like you. Like we have a very like wide age gap. So
Yeah.
like he's more in the 50s. So if you got caught with weed, you're going to jail for like what 20, 30 years. Like they're gonna forget about you.
Yeah.
Right? So like the whole time he's been like stop. But then he started seeing the content. He saw the podcast. Like he sees all the stuff that
The
I like.
legitimacy of it is.
Yeah, you see, and he's like, huh. So like now when he sees me, he's like, he wants to bond more because he kind of felt like because
Aw.
he feels like but it's always like, hey, what's that right there? And he's like, so like he's never taken a dab in his entire life,
Right.
That makes sense.
but he can take this thing apart and clean it because he's watched me do it. Because
Aw.
like he's just interested.
That's nice. Yeah, my dad's
really
kind of
sweet.
similar, to be honest. He only ever smoked once when he was younger. He has not smoked since. He like does a lot of government contracting work too, so he can't smoke weed now. Otherwise, I totally would have convinced him to. But like he's big into growing plants and gardening, so like he's asked me like a lot of questions about like how weed grows and like
Aw.
about the growing process. And we've bonded a lot over that. But like yeah, he's never gonna, not anytime soon is he gonna smoke anything. I think I could convince him if I rolled like, if he didn't have to worry about like government contract drug testing shit. I would 100% be able to convince him to smoke like a really nicely like big fucking rolled joint because he smoked cigars before, like as like a once in a while thing. So like I think I could sell him. I think I could sell him on it. I think it would just
Yeah.
take a little bit. It would take a little bit of the right circumstances aligning for that. But yeah, no, my dad's similar.
I'm really fucking up on the torching over here. I'm
You
like,
were.
shit.
It's like the
I'm not
third time
torching
you've torched
enough.
this fucking
'Cause I'm
banger.
I'm like not torching not enough, and then chilling for a second more than I need to
It's
be.
not enough.
I remember also me and my cousin taking a cousin walk on Thanksgiving, and like I was convinced being outside means no smell at all. Like you won't smell anything.
Yeah.
And we came back fucking poofing, dude. We were really
Yeah.
That's a lesson that when you learn it is a groundbreaker.
It's a
Everybody-
hard
The
lesson.
whole family snaps their heads
It's
and
'cause you
staring
gotta-
at us, and I'm like, what? Like,
You have to do it so specifically to minimize the smell outside.
Yeah.
Like
And
it's
I did not.
it's
You gotta
possible.
you gotta put like a,
And
a
I'm
coat
talking,
on.
brother. I'm rocking a sweater, a cotton sweater, the most stickiest of material that's gonna grab that smell and hold on to it forever. I'm like,
No, I'm talking.
we were stinking.
Hold it out here. Blow like either straight up.
Make
or
sure you're
away.
downwind. Like,
Yeah,
make sure
yeah.
you're- Make sure you're standing in front of it, so you're downer went. I don't know.
Immediately
upper wind.
wash your hands when you get inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to go the whole 9 yards. You're
Brush
hitting the
your
eye
teeth,
drops, the
everything.
And the house that
mouthwash.
we're in, there is no getting. You're going right past everybody. It's a tiny, tiny little house. So like you're walking past.
Oh,
every
so you
single
gotta
individual person.
You got to prep and plan some shit with you outside.
I have
Yeah.
the gift
You
of
should
gab.
just not do it.
Well,
Would've been the
So I
smart-
always
Well,
kept eye drops
my
with me.
dumbass.
So as long as I put the eye drops in, I'm like, you can't prove that I'm high.
forget
My
this
eyes
is
would be
ready for
red.
me.
Tell me I'm high.
True.
And they'd be like, well, you smell it. Like, how do you know that's me? It could be literally anybody. Yo, did you smoke? And they'd be like, yeah. And like, my kid's my older cousin. He's like, yeah, I just smoked. I'm like,
See?
whole time I was with my cousin, we just smoked. Yeah, that was always the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
I don't know where that joint came from. What is that joint?
That's the mango mint meal fuel.
Oh, damn, you trying to put me to sleep. God damn it. I got shit to do, Morgan.
Be fine.
It's the equivalent of giving a child melatonin.
You're a big kid. You'll be fine.
Well, if I go to bed before 10 o'clock tonight, it's yo. It's yo.
God forbid
It's
you
on
go to bed at a reasonable hour for once. You know what? I
Yeah,
will
right.
take responsibility for that.
What are you supposed to say when you like are trying to put a hypothetical out there and you don't want it to be real? Like in Minecraft, in Fortnite, is that what people say?
Yeah.
Let's say in Fortnite, if you had a kid. Hold
Wait,
on,
backtrack.
hold on.
Hear him out. Hear him out.
In Fortnite, if you had a kid,
Right.
If you had a kid,
And he used the Peter
and
Griffin
they
skin.
needed, and they had sleep problems, would you give them CBN or would you give them melatonin?
Okay, wait.
I mean, I would
'Cause
try
I'm
the
not
melatonin
condoning
first.
giving. I'm not condoning giving cannabinoids. to
If
a
we're
real
playing
human
Sims,
child.
if we're playing
Yeah,
Sims,
you know what I
Sims,
mean? I can't
right?
In the
condone-
Sims, okay. Yeah.
if we're
Okay.
playing Sims.
Because I'm also not a parent, so I'm not going to also.
I mean, I
like,
would try the
put my-
melatonin
How about this?
first.
I can change this. I can help you with this one. You ready?
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So
This
what
is-
if?
this is
So
my
what if
legal
we
team.
went? What if we went 50 to 60 years into the future, where it's federally legal? We've gotten past the first couple levels of actual
yeah.
medical research, and it's
20
been deemed
2075.
either over the counter or prescribable by a doctor for the younger aged, or
Sure.
Right,
Yes.
right.
yeah,
Hypothetically.
hypothetically, and would I?
And then anyway, CBN.
Oh, yeah, I hate it. Yeah.
I would try
Or mel-
melatonin first. I
See,
think.
I disagree. I think melatonin is. I don't like melatonin, man. I met this one old lady in my time at the shop, who took these tablets, and I could not believe these. So, and I took one because I needed to know, and holy shit, it if I remember right, 5 CBD, 10, 15, something like that CBN, and brother, like 20, 25 melatonin or something.
That's too
stupid.
much.
Yeah, like an insane. Most like things are 2.
I was gonna say, yeah, you
most-
buy gummies from the grocery
Yeah.
store. It's either 2 or 5.
Yeah,
Best
Jesus.
case scenario for melatonin.
And I tried one. I was like, no way. I was dead. I woke up the next day, and it was one of them, like, I was so, like, hung over from the melatonin. Like, I could barely, I was awake, but I was so dreary and drowsy.
But I feel like I get that sometimes even with the
miserable
CBN. So like, I think I'd rather
Yeah.
try the melatonin first, just because it has like,
Yeah, it's a dosing issue.
yeah, I would say I would be very mindful of dosing, but I would try melatonin before I tried the CBN personally.
Well, no, I'm not saying I would recommend those.
Where
I
does
just,
melatonin come from? I don't know shit about melatonin.
Where does melatonin come from?
It's you make it.
Jamie?
No, but like, where do they get it to make the fucking pills? They're not
Like,
harvesting
what-
melatonin out of humans, are they?
Or like ants?
Where is it from?
Are they? I don't know.
Where is melatonin from?
I'm just waiting for the part where we talk about anime, because there's an anime that came out that since the last time we were on, and I'm like, I really loved it.
It can be
Melatonin. They
found
What
in
is
small
it?
amounts
We'll talk
in
about it
certain
in a couple
foods,
minutes.
such as cherries, nuts, and eggs.
Um,
So they're presumably
I'm sure.
that, or you can
I'm assuming
chemically
it's synthesized. I'm
yes.
assuming it's
that, or it can be
chemically
chemically
That's
synthesized.
what's up.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
cool. I'm good off that. I don't
You
want
are still
that.
smoking? Whoa.
This is my joint.
Whoa.
It has CBD in
Oh,
it.
that's the CBD.
Yeah, the mango mint.
Yeah, I don't
mushroom.
want
We'll
that.
take another
So
bite.
like,
Pussy.
I would probably.
Swing first.
I'd
bud.
probably go start with the CBN.
That's crazy. I outsmoked
I know
Wes today.
there's not much that says that CBN, actually puts you to sleep. I think there is. but
I know. Isn't that shit crazy?
From my experience, it 100% does. I'm telling you, I made CBN edibles plenty of times and have
I've
clung for dead like dear life.
I've always thought you like had to have it with THC for it to be more effective.
So if
It
you
helps a lot.
but like if you, I've made reclaim
Or at least
edibles
have it in
before,
your system.
and I'm assumably most of what's in that reclaim at this point is CBN. You know what I'm saying? Like you got
Yeah.
most of the THC.
You ever found and
So,
smoked some
like-
old weed?
What?
You ever found and smoked
Oh.
some old weed?
Yeah.
Like 6 months or something like that ago. That's that good shit. That was, like, as long as it's preserved nicely, a good CBN production because of
Mhm.
THC degradation. I love me some some CBN naturally in the flour by accident. You know what I mean? They go, ooh. It's usually dry and crunchy by that
Oh,
time,
yeah.
depending on what.
Yeah.
You find.
There's the downside.
But it is often nice. I think that's fun. All right, Quest. What anime dropped? Tell
It's not
us.
much
So he's
dropped.
itching
It's,
for
it's
it.
actually just finished.
He's itching to talk about it.
3,000th
3 weeks
season
ago,
of One Piece.
Was it solo leveling?
No, Sakamoto Days.
Okay, I don't have Netflix.
You haven't seen it?
I don't have Netflix.
That shit had me waking up every Saturday morning just to watch it.
I need to watch it. I need to get. I'm gonna folding it Netflix.
I'm gonna say that is like, if you're a stoner, that's gonna be one of the easiest
I'm not.
animes for you just to slip in and watch. Like non-anime lovers will just love
All
it
right.
immediately.
Yeah.
What's the pitch? What's it about?
Yeah, tell
You-
me.
it's about-
Okay, so
Like-
it's about a dude, right, who is the craziest assassin, just of all time type shit, right? Like he's a legend,
Like
right?
John
His,
Wick?
his name rings bells, right? Of course. So
Kind of.
while he's doing this, he has, of course, a woman that changes everything every single time, and
Classic anime.
she goes, you know, I don't care about what you're giving me because I know how you're getting it. So you have to follow the rules of the family, which is no more killing. Like you have to stop,
Yeah.
like chill. And so he was like, you know, I do love her way more, so I'm gonna stop.
Daddy chill.
So he stops until the head of like his old clan put a hit on him. So now every single day, people are coming to try and kill him, and he can't kill them because his wife will leave him, and he won't. So like he finds creative ways.
It's like Batman.
He finds creative ways to basically get around the situations, and like, yeah, it's cool. And then the whole time he's like, sometimes some of the people he like just beats the shit out of. Some of the people he gets to be like employees of his store that he runs, and like he changes them, and they're just like,
Sakamoto Days.
yeah, it's
Interesting.
really good. It's a really good anime.
Yeah. Did you guys see the trailer for that movie Love Hurts? It was like a Ki Kwan movie.
Oh,
Came out in
uh-huh,
like
uh-huh.
February
did see
times.
that, actually,
It's kind of similar to that, if that makes any sense. If you've seen it.
I haven't seen the movie, but I saw the trailer. I
Yeah.
do want to see the movie. At some
It's
point.
same vibe of like a crazy assassin goes into retirement and then something kind of pulls him out of it.
Classic.
Yeah, but it looks good.
What are you dabbing over there?
I don't know. I forgot. I think this is
I
Gush
forgot.
Mints.
That's crazy.
I think
Forgot.
this is Gush Mints. I'm at the end of like a 4-gram jar, bro.
Gush.
Like I think, yeah.
Quest has
I-
only told us. Quest has actually, I don't think, told us the name of a single thing that he smoked today. He didn't know the name of the flower. He doesn't know the name of the rosin. He didn't want to say the name of the
Are you
pre-roll.
gatekeeping right now?
He's gatekeeping right now.
First of all,
This
Wow.
this is not my fault. It says Daka Ana, so that's as much as I got for you. That's not my fault.
Pretty sure that's his name. Bro.
Because you were there, you saw it, someone
Yeah.
gave that to me.
I think that's
I
I
the
have
grower.
this
That's the
right
grower.
here. This is the diamonds I just hit. This is Zittlehead. And this, like I said, is probably Gush Mints.
Probably.
Because the other one, the other jar has
Possibly.
honey banana. Yep, so this is Gush Mints.
So he says.
What Benjamins you got there, Vic? You ready? You ripping both? You ripping blinkers? Or
I
what
don't know what either of these are.
Hit a double blinker right now.
Unfortunately,
Double blinker right now.
Gang.
double blinker, I'll die, but I'll hit both of them.
All right, we'll take it. We'll settle.
That's not half. Left me hanging.
She was double blinkering.
Yeah.
There we
'Cause
go.
neither one of us.
I'll sink off that.
It starts episode now.
Shoot, I messed up. Oh my god.
Trying to get
Oh,
on-
I thought it died. Somebody handed somebody a Puffco yesterday, and it when they hit it, it redlined. It was
How did
bad.
you like the? I saw you hit the pivot. How'd you like that?
It's fine. I've been saying this. Like, I don't know if I'm starting to sound like a curmudgeon or what, but like I just think it's
Yes.
funny how we've gotten back to the pen. Like we're back to the dab.
But I
pen
don't think that's
again.
necessarily the worst
I don't think we're
thing.
back to it. I think it's just a market for
It's
it.
a better dab pen. You know, like the pens that are out there. Even people are loving. I haven't tried it, but like the Yokan one, they apparently
Yeah.
it's real close.
Yeah.
If some say better, I don't know about all that, but like I've heard it, they're really good
If
too.
we're talking about the actual like just the regular small pens, like the Evolve versus the Puffco pen, yes, it is.
Well, no, they made a new pivot alternative too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have
I didn't see that.
a similar to the pivot kind
Okay.
of thing. Like that's, I mean, that's exactly what those companies do. As soon as
I mean,
somebody,
Yeah.
somebody innovates, they compete.
I will
That's
give
what happens.
Puffco kudos for the pivot, also for the fact that they did develop their own proprietary glass adapter for once. So like,
and they're
you,
starting to have people do the glass. Like people are doing the glass
Yeah.
adapters for them.
but like I would say, you can buy a pivot and you can put it on your rig and use it almost like an e-nail now, which is kind of nice.
But like,
Oh, okay.
I've had pieces that can do that for a long time.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what
it's
I mean?
not new
Like,
technology.
That's what's funny.
It's
too.
just
Yeah.
exciting that they've caught up in that regard.
Like, I specifically have a unit that is a dab pen and can adapt to a specific glass attachment that goes to your rigs. I'm not saying it's the same. It's just funny how the tech's been out there, but like,
Oh, yeah.
it just needed to get that either push from a notable name or quality increase. That is
I'd say I think it's a
noticeable
quality
enough.
thing for a large
Yeah.
I
people.
think the name is nice too. Like,
Oh, 100%.
Somebody like Puffco being like, "Yo, here's this tech." People
And-
being like, "Okay, I trust this."
I
tech
say
now."
Puffco's a reliable
Exactly.
company.
Some
They have a
people
warranty
don't trust
program.
the big dogs, like dare I say, like the Pulsars, the Yokans, the Lucas. You know what I mean? Like some people were very adamantly against them. Some people were very adamantly with them because of the price point and the just slight
Yeah.
step down in quality you might get. But I think it is interesting to see how like the pivot is. So to answer your question, I like water percolation. I'm always a water
Evidently
fan.
from your little fountain here.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm dabbing in 30-35 right now.
Vic, do you like his fountain?
It's really. I've been looking at it every so often. It's kind of tranquil.
It is. It's a little zen.
Yeah.
Clean
It's
my-
really nice.
Clean my banger unless you jazz it like I like to do. Stick something to feel.
Even though
alive.
you took 3 times to heat it.
Chaz did 3 separate times for one dab.
Just to feel something.
Just to feel something.
So, if I want to just get smacked and watch an anime that's not Sakamoto Days, what would you recommend? Don't let it be a mainstream one either. So, like, no Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z.
What's that cooking one? That's like really sick. Like the shots are just insane. Not and I'm not talking like the edits from what's his name's films, but
Oh,
like
you mean
there's like a
Ghibli films.
specific cooking.
There's a cooking anime.
Yeah, that I've seen. It's not-
where they have it's like a competition based
I
one.
think so. If I'm
Yeah.
Not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but yeah,
I
I've
feel
seen
like
that
that'd be
one,
fun while high.
Probably, but I get too hungry watching regular anime that isn't focused.
Because
around
like with the
food.
homie Indica wife watched when we're there and smacked watching just cooking, like just silent. Nobody's not silent, but nobody's talking, and it's just like food prep of like really nice looking desserts and stuff. I feel like that's
There is
very
one
fun
called
to
Food
fall
Wars.
into while you're high as shit. You know,
Yeah.
just like food stuff. I don't know. Food. I feel like food is fun while you're high.
Good
to
point.
enjoy.
I gotta be honest. I feel like my favorite. It's still a mainstream one. I fear
one?
Avatar.
Oh.
I just really
Yeah.
because like I don't know. I feel like it's.
It was mainstream.
What about DBZ?
I mean,
I feel
yeah,
like
but
that's-
that's kind of mainstream as fuck at this point.
Oh, you did say not.
Arguably
mainstream.
the most
What
mainstream.
about the
Yeah.
volleyball one?
Haiku.
Oh.
Is that what it's called? Haiku?
I think so.
don't know.
Probably.
Jamie?
So you know what ones are
I
not-
like volleyball, so I
feel like
want to
Attack on
watch
Titan
that.
is the opposite. Like you, I feel like I loved it. Maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe everybody else would enjoy it too. Like I love. Me and my homie would hang out. Get this going. You ready for this? Smoke some spliff bowls, and and we would watch Attack on Titan like right when it dropped.
You're on demon
As-
time.
like teleported
Titan, I
back
didn't
to
like
like
that, no.
15.
I'm about to
Brother,
rewatch Avatar, by the way.
above Johansson's
Avatar.
in Westminster in an apartment, just getting fucking ripped and watching
Crazy.
and just watching Attack on Titan because I never watched anime before. That was my first anime because I only ever knew the silly stuff is what I heard about anime. That was
Yeah.
mostly things that weren't technically anime.
Right.
Technically titled something else we won't discuss right now.
Oh, shit.
I'll be honest. I haven't watched anime in a minute. I haven't been watching it. I know. I've been watching other stuff though.
We
I
go
was
to the
watching.
movies
Baker.
fucking 800 times a month.
All right,
Dude,
what do you
yeah,
got?
I do. I
She's
have been
also
going to the
busting on how many
movies.
costumes
Hey, listen,
a
I'm an
month
AMC
there, like,
shareholder.
Yeah, I've
Thank
just
you.
been.
Hey.
I've just been. Hey,
As
hey.
an AMC shareholder, thank you.
It's an honor. Truly. Thank you for the 3 free movies a week for $25 a month.
Hey, that's my personal thing.
Yeah,
I came up with that one.
I appreciate that a lot. God, what's the
I don't
last
know what
movie
just
I seen?
happened.
I
I don't
just
either.
seen I seen Princess Mononoke in 4K. I
Dude,
saw
I
it.
almost got tickets for that.
I
Yeah.
did. It was really good. Honestly, though, I liked Howl's Moving Castle more than
That's fair.
Princess Mononoke, but it's still good. I haven't seen it before. Seeing it in theaters this
Really?
past time. Yeah, that was my first time
Oh,
ever seeing it, so
that's
I
cool.
liked it, and I
Yeah.
saw it. I saw it subbed, not dubbed,
Okay.
which was nice.
Assassination Classroom.
That's what I was going to say.
Another great one. to
That's
watch
exactly what I was
while
about to say.
Yeah,
I love me.
I
some
used to watch that in
Assassination Classroom.
high school. I
That's
haven't
like
watched
top
it in a
tier
while.
for
That is
like
so
just
good.
relax and sit back and watch something.
Other one, Sword Art Online. Big
I've never
big
seen
fun
it.
one while high.
I watched that like in middle school.
SAO. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I haven't
That
seen
was
a
the
lot
middle
of shit,
school
so,
one.
like,
Yeah, I haven't seen. I also haven't seen a
I'm
lot
not
of
a big
stuff. Okay,
anime
I
guy.
just really like. I just like
Bro.
certain things, you know. But I've been watching Righteous Gemstones a lot lately. Have you got?
Oh, yeah,
Dude,
Righteous
that
Gemstones is
shit
good.
is fire. I
We're-
love that
we-
show.
We're on the first season.
I just finished season 2.
Okay. I love it. I am a huge John Goodman fan. Always have been. Pretty much, I'd say my whole life. Like I loved him in Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. He's just such a good actor.
He smokes a lot
and
of
then
weed.
Roseanne too, obviously. But like fuck Roseanne. But like the actual show is great, and he's great. Walton Goggins is fantastic. I think it's a star-studded cast.
Dude, the cast is
Yeah, the cast is
amazing.
stacked.
It's so fucking
Cast is
funny.
stacked as fuck.
Funny.
It's
Adam Devine is
so good.
That lady who the daughter is so funny. She's so good.
The Judy.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god.
she's
dude.
amazing. Okay.
Crying, had me crying.
Adam
Watch-
Devine is the most youth pastor
Dude,
I've ever seen
he's
in my
so
life. He is
good.
every single one. It's perfect. They did so good with that.
Yeah, the writing on that show is
Wow.
insane.
No, I've never heard of it.
It's so
Recommend.
good.
It's on
It's called The Righteous
Righteous
Gemstones. It's about this
on
mega
HBO.
church family,
Okay,
but
I
it's
got
it's an
HBO.
HBO
Great
show.
Great Well
Yeah,
Smacked.
it's really good.
It's really good.
Not that you don't do everything well smacked, but great well smacked.
Yeah.
I just started watching Era. Or was it Green?
Oh,
Light?
the CW one.
Yep.
That's alright.
It kinda makes me
It
mad.
falls off
Man,
after a
I just
while.
don't like the quality of animation and editing of CW shows. So
I
just
can't watch it
do
high
it.
because
fair.
You
it
keep
points
clicking
out
these fucking
way
shoes.
too many.
They're a
like,
little too
falling out of them right now.
Okay.
Like, just the timeline doesn't make sense. The swinging from a bow and arrow from
Yeah, that
building
shit's
to building
crazy.
doesn't
There's
make
a lot of
sense.
gaps in that.
There's a lot of
show.
things that like you just like.
I'm not a big
You
fan
have
of the
to
CW
accept.
shows.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
watched
Spider-Man,
CW
he's
shows in
just
so
straight up
long.
just killing
But
it.
I bet your last one
and
was
it's very
Supernatural.
campy,
I
so
think
like,
no, the last one I ever watched was the Carrie Diaries.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I forgot they made that show.
I
but, like,
loved that
The
show.
Flash is supposed to be like an amazing show too.
Flash is solid.
What is it? The other one.
The
They have-
Drew
They did
Carey
Supergirl also, right?
Supergirl's supposed to be pretty good too. Like they're
I've-
like super. They're
I never
like,
watched
DC
them.
run is pretty like
Pretty
decent.
decent, yeah.
I was never a DC fan.
Same.
I already got tickets to see Thunderbolts next
you have.
month.
They're the weirdest superheroes.
They're not heroes.
What? See?
Anti-hero.
I've
They're like just what are they?
they're referred to as usually anti-heroes. Yeah.
Anti-heroes, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been watching. I don't watch a lot of anime, but I've been watching the Daredevil show a bunch.
I need to catch up on it.
I've been watching The Studio on Apple TV. It's a Seth Rogen show about like a guy who
Obviously
works as the head of a
Severance is the
movie
go-to.
studio. So it's really fun.
I finished season 1 of Severance.
What?
I finished season 1 of Severance, but I haven't seen
Keep going.
season 2.
Just keep going.
And then I've also just been watching a lot of baseball documentaries because I'm like an 80-year-old man.
Right.
There's a really good Apple TV documentary about
Show
the
them
World
your
Series.
shoes.
It was
Isn't
fire.
that Shane Gillis thing. You're gonna get into U.S. history.
It's a pipeline.
You're starting to make your shift into documentaries, and then you'll get to history documentaries.
You wanna, and then war documentaries.
I love Drunk History. Drunk History is a fucking great show.
Drunk History is so much fun.
I love history, so it just pisses me off.
Have you ever watched Drunk History is so good though.
I don't like drunk
It's-
people piss me. You ever be
But
around
it's
drunk people
so
sober?
funny that they
It's
have
so
actors like
funny.
reenacting it. Like the actors reenacting it is
God.
what really sells
It's
me.
just not my thing. Like, and I'm like, I really like history stuff. So it's like for me,
That's crazy.
like artifacts and things that like any kind of pictures you actually have is much better for me, or an actual reenactment than like people trying to make fun of it.
It's not people making fun of it. It's just
They're not make. Yes, they are.
no, they're not. It's people who are genuinely pretty
They're
knowledgeable on
comedians
it.
who are drunk.
They're making fun.
They're literally.
a
That's
good
the
bit.
whole point.
They're making a good bit of fun. You watch?
Yeah, they're just it's
Half the time they can't get it out because they're laughing so much.
I think that's
'Cause
because they're
they're
drunk.
drunk.
Yeah, I would say I don't think it's like a making fun of situation. I think it's
Have
just
you-
that they're
some
so
of them are, like,
they're just
drunk.
feeling silly.
yeah,
goofy.
you get violently drunk and then start talking about your
They don't
passion,
look like they're
that
like tipsy. They're like
historical fixation.
We should do high history.
Rome did not.
I wonder if that exists.
Yeah, what's
That
your
might already
Roman
exist.
Empire?
Some shit.
If not, we're fucking copywriting that shit right
I gotta
after
think
this is
about
over.
it.
Do you have a Roman Empire? Do you have a Roman Empire
Like something we just know everything about.
that you just think about every single day?
Oh, I'm paid for restaurant equipment. I'm really good at that. But like
True crime.
Is that like a thing I'm happy to be passionate about? Think about every day.
You know the joke of like that,
Outside
just
of
like
weed? Should we say outside of weed maybe? Because like that's pretty.
Yeah, I say weed
Yeah.
would be an easy answer.
yeah, outside of weed.
What is my Roman Empire?
Like serial killers in general. Like I've been to like 2 different murder museums and like stuff like that, like museums of death. So
Okay.
like I can use I know just about every major serial killer. Like
I
like-
I listen to murder podcasts, so
I've listened to all.
I love a
of them.
good
Yeah.
I love a good murder
Mhm.
podcast.
hmm I wanted to be a psychologist in high school.
I wanted to be a forensic scientist like Dexter, but
I wanted to
without
be
the
a
murdering.
magician.
I didn't want to murder.
Sorry. That was early.
I don't know if they heard what you said.
So you want to be a magician?
When I was young, real young, I realized that wasn't probably a most lucrative option.
When I was younger, I wanted to be a marine biologist for a while.
I thought you were just gonna say marine. I was like, oh god.
Fuck no. I ain't built for that, brother. I ain't built for that.
I was like, when you stop doing the
Not me.
push-ups, man.
Not me. Whew.
What is my Roman Empire? Do I care about anything?
Bob's
besides-
Burgers. What happened
That's not-
season
is that-
2,
is that a
season
Roman
6?
Empire? Is that a Roman Empire?
I don't know. What happened season 2, episode 6?
I don't know.
Then yeah, that's not it. I thought it was just like kicking it at
That's-
you.
Just know exactly.
I'm absolutely. I bet you if you run the numbers in the top watch percentage of that show, because it was my depression show. It was on. It was on all the time. It was never
Yeah.
off for years. It was just on all the
That was me with Glee.
Yeah, like that made me feel something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why. It just worked.
It's a
Don't
comfort
worry
show.
about it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. What do I really give a shit about? That like, I know a lot about probably, I guess, restaurant equipment. Like I do have fun talking restaurant equipment. I enjoy the fuck out of like educating. I understand why 90% of this industry fails. That's for sure. And I will get caught going on tangents like I'm about to if I don't stop right now.
Okay, so talk about something.
Yeah, quick, change.
I don't know. Probably Glee.
You know everything about Glee.
I'd be thinking about Glee a lot.
You know how Fat Troll got sued by Glee?
Who's your
What?
That's crazy.
Who's your
You don't remember that?
favorite famous person that's come out of Glee in some capacity?
Famous person that's come out of Glee?
Yeah, there is a correct answer here, and I just hate to break the news to you that if you get it wrong, it's gonna be really
I
disappointing.
really don't. I feel bad because like right now I can't remember her last name. But so the girl who plays Mercedes.
Okay, that's
the
a
lady who
solid
plays
answer. That's a
Mercedes.
good answer.
Because she won the Masked Singer as well.
That's true. I was gonna say Phineas.
Okay, hey, no, because that's
Billie Eilish's
no,
brother.
because that's a crazy. The moment I realized who he was, I was like, no fucking way.
Billie Eilish's brother was on Glee.
He was on Glee. He was on the last
makes more
season of
sense
Glee,
Yeah.
and he was like a hippie that played ukulele through the halls and sang.
I was
Mine-
never a Glee.
I mean,
I've never seen Glee.
I'm deep in the world of weed, but I would say honestly probably pizza because I worked for pizza places for like 2 years before I fucking worked in cannabis and in other restaurants and stuff. And so I know a lot about different types of pizza ovens, like making pizza.
Can you still eat it?
Yeah.
There's nothing on it that you're allergic to, like just regular like slice of cheese pizza.
Like cheese pizza is usually fine, yeah, unless the dough's made with something weird. But like
Usually
gluten-free.
fine.
Bad
Jesus
anything else,
Christ.
man.
no, I can have some
Sausage.
bacon. I can have.
Bacon and sausage pork.
Depends on what the kind of sausage.
Brother is the opposite of kosher.
But yeah, no, I know a lot about pizza. I can fucking still throw dough like no one's business. Probably. I haven't done it in a while, but
probably.
I mean, last time I did it, it had been like 2 years since I'd done it, and I could still do it. So it's been another 2 years. So I feel like I probably have a good odds.
I worked at a pizza place when I was like 19.
I also know a lot about the medieval ages because I worked at medieval times,
You
and
worked
so
at
like
medieval times?
I did.
That's like one of my dream jobs.
It- Remove it from the list.
Okay.
You get paid in money.
Damn.
I mean, it was great. I worked for tips as a server, so like I made good money. And I still remember my welcome speech from when I worked there. That's a fun party trick. But yeah, no, I mean, I did a lot of like reading on medieval history and stuff when I was working there, just because I was like, well, let me find out more. Because like, the more into it you were, the better people tipped generally.
Yeah.
So it was like the closer you could give to be like authentic, like medieval knowledge, like just talking in like the way that they would have talked and all that. Like you have to be deep in character basically the entire fucking shift.
Well,
And
yeah.
if you could find me a video of Morgan in character at medieval
Please.
times, please.
When the camera's cut one
Send
day,
it.
I'll do my welcome speech for you all.
If I was ever
Wonderful.
to be a server again,
One of these
if
days
there's
will be
only
today,
one
baby.
restaurant that I would do it at.
Where?
Even if I became a billionaire, I would work at this one restaurant, or I think a couple restaurants do it, and it's the restaurants where you get to cuss at the
Oh, like Dick's Last
customer.
Resort.
Oh, yeah,
I would
yeah.
cuss they
Bro,
asses
yeah,
out, and then
that'd be
quit
fun.
Yeah, that
same
seems
day.
fun.
I'm like,
If
all right, I got
if
my
I
fill.
went back into food service, that's probably where I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Medieval Times was cool though. I mean, it was like a
The restaurant here in Baltimore called Dick's Last Resort.
well, it used
Yeah.
to be.
Wait, it's gone now?
Yeah, the one in the Inner Harbor is gone. It's sad.
Not
Damn.
really.
Not really.
That-
It is.
that- yeah, no surprise.
I always
Oh, I
wanted
would
to
never
go
pay
there.
for that. I
The
would
whole
never
place-
go, so I've
whole
never
spot's
been.
dying.
Yeah,
like,
I've never been either.
Can you imagine? My parents would be so pissed if I ever like asked them as a kid. to
I don't
take
think
me
it survived COVID. I think that's what killed it.
Oh,
Oh, it
that's
was COVID. I thought
valid.
it was like earlier when like when you know.
I don't know. I just know that
Or
after
something.
COVID, I didn't see it in the harbor
Yeah,
anymore.
it's
So I
Damn.
went.
My thing is
I'm not paying for people to yell at me.
here's my thing.
Yeah.
Places with a shtick, you need to be in a very hot tourist spot. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
the harbor's been dying. A lot of the businesses are going and closing because it's just not doing good right now. And like, so the tourist is gone. So like, if your shtick is getting hollered at, I'm not going there more than once a couple years.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know
It
what
takes
I
a certain
mean?
kind of
Like,
person to like choose to go there regularly.
Yeah.
You're a fucking weirdo. I can absolutely, you know what? Sorry, sir, because I'm just gonna assume it's a guy. Sorry, sir. You're probably a really nice guy if you do hang out at the bar on the regular at Dick's Last Resort, where in whatever location that might still exist if there is one.
Does that still
Um,
exist?
Is
Let's
that-
take a
was that
road
si-
trip to
was that a
one,
one-off
guys.
or is that a
No, it's
chain?
definitely. I think it was a chain.
Pretty sure
Let's
chain,
find
but
one
I've
and let's
also know
go.
there's
Yeah.
more, because I've seen the UK ones too, and that sounds funnier.
This is,
I love their voices.
yeah, the whole concept is crazy.
But I mean, Medieval Times, it was a 3-hour shift. You get tips and everything's prepaid. So like in your ticket price. So like, I mean, I was walking out after 3 hours with fucking $200, $300 depending on the day.
Because they probably do shows and chill. You know what I mean? They probably stop it.
It's like 1 to 2 shows a day. So if you're working a 1-show day, it's a 3-hour shift pretty much. You get in, you set up, you do the 2-hour show, you break down, you go home.
That's not bad.
It really wasn't bad. I mean, everyone gets the same food. You don't have to worry about remembering orders or anything unless they have like a dietary restriction. So like
You should remove that off the dream job
it's-
list. It sounds like it's
and it's
going
not
back
a-
on.
the
When do you get to
company
s-
culture and the
Okay.
people there.
When do you get to
Sounds valid.
joust?
I did try out to be a knight. I have tried jousting once, but
How'd that go?
Look at him.
I mean, they needed servers more than they needed people in the Squire program. Because
Right.
yes,
They're
it
like, we know
wasn't
where we need you.
much like real medieval ages. You have to start as a Squire at medieval times
we-
before you become a knight.
We think
That's
your attributes.
amazing.
They're like, look, you'd probably be great as a knight, but we need you. We need you in the dishes right now. We need you to wash some dishes.
Thank God I wasn't in the dish
That's
pit. The
so
dish
funny.
pit there was
That's
crazy.
So funny you
Oh,
say
I
that,
bet.
Because now I'm imagining fucking Billy mopping in the back, and something falls, and he's like, "Wah," whoom," and he like does something cool, and they're like, "Billy, can we talk to you?" And then they pull him back, and they're like, "We think you're ready." And then now he gets to start to do
Yeah.
the sword fighting thing.
I mean,
just
there was
imagine
a
everybody's in combat
I
in
imagine-
every space in the store. In the
There-
business.
there was a girl who I worked with who worked in the bar, and then she also does like acting stuff. I mean, she's even appeared on like House of Cards and shit.
Wow.
But like she also, for some shows, she would be working the bar, and for some shows, she would be as the queen in the show.
Oh, okay.
And it would just depend on like who they scheduled each day.
Can you imagine
Okay.
your first day? You walk in, and you see somebody like just like cleaning something on the floor or whatever, and he's like, you know, one day I'll be a
I'll
knight.
be honest.
Anyone can change the fate.
It's only been 2 years, and they said it doesn't take this long, but
But then the mean waiter walks by and he's like, "You'll never be a knight." and
Clean that
kicks
up.
him over. Yeah, I remember buying getting the wood sword. When
Oh,
I was
the
a
wood
kid,
swords are
if you
fire.
remember. Oh yeah.
No.
But
I wanna buy a
the
real sword
price
one day.
point of going to medieval times.
Oh,
it
it's like
makes
a
sense
so it's
that-
like a $60-$80 ticket. Yeah.
So it makes
Yeah.
sense that they tip. The people that go there probably tip good because they have money if they were going there.
Honestly,
Now, I can't imagine this economy. They're booming right this.
low key
second,
kind of
but-
fire. They had school groups come during the day sometimes, and the school groups it's all per-tipped
And
per head
birthdays,
per
man,
kids.
I bet.
That's beautiful.
So it's like you'd go in for a school shift, and it'd be like, oh yeah, you're getting $250 a head. So every person in your section is $2.50 guaranteed. And so you would then be like,
With,
all
like,
right, give me
20
a
in a
fucking big
class.
give me a big fucking section. You'd have like a bunch of different schools all coming on the same day.
Would they tip extra too or no?
Sometimes the chaperones would tip extra, but generally speaking, they wouldn't because
School
you
would
don't
tell
go
them.
into you remove the part about tips from your speech when they're all pre-paid. Because it's just like
Yeah.
I'm yelling at a bunch of kids about all of these other things. They don't give a fuck about tips.
that's valid.
But I had some good jokes, let me tell you. I cooked at medieval times.
Dude, I love
can't
medieval times.
imagine.
Plus, you get like a whole, like a half a
That's
chicken.
a great meal. Yeah,
It's an
half a chicken,
amazing meal.
baked potato.
Great show.
They used to have apple turnovers that were fucking fire, but they changed their dessert. Yeah, it was cool. It was a
have
cool
you
place.
seen that new like it's like blown up on TikTok, but basically you take your kid there and it's not Build-A-Bear, but like they'll be like, I want a stack of pancakes or whatever, and they fake
Oh,
cook
the
it.
jelly cat
And
thing.
they fake cook it and flip
it's
it.
the jelly cats.
And they like talk to you like,
Yep.
yep. You want to? How do you like your pancakes cooked? Yep. You want a little more color on this side? Yeah. Let me add some butter for you. Right. A little cinnamon, and then they get fake added or whatever, and then they put it in a takeout box. Oh, be careful, it's hot.
What is this?
Imagine having to
so
do
there's
that every
a
day.
collectible series of plushies called Jelly Cats, and they had
Yep.
a pop-up where basically it was like a cafe, and you could order cafe-themed plushies, and they would basically pretend to prepare the plushie as if it were actual food, and then they'd put it in like a to-go box and give it to you.
Yeah.
It was intense. I
But
mean,
like, let's talk about. You know how much the jelly cats are?
oh, they're
They're expensive.
They're
They're
expensive.
very expensive.
I went to the
Like-
sorry.
Imagine imagine that was a stuffed animal right now. How much do you think it would cost?
An octopus stuffed animal.
Yeah, like
should
that
cost
size.
$25.
I'd probably be like $50 if it was a jelly cat.
Yeah.
This little thing, actually. You mean this size? Oh, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
$10 that for that. You say
Still
how
like
much?
50.
still like 40, 50
40,
bucks.
50 bucks for a jelly
That's
cat of that.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's like a what
Are
the
they like
dinosaur
Beanie
that's like this
Babies?
big.
They're
And it's like
limited
100
edition type
bucks.
things. They have like only so many of each one.
Yeah.
We stopped in a GameStop yesterday. I haven't been to
Oh.
one of them in a long time. They
Always
had,
fun.
They had those anime figurines,
Uh-huh.
like the really expensive
Oh my
ones,
god, Travis was
collectible
tripping
ones.
over the
Right.
display
They're
case
like
ones.
$300 for some of them. They
Mhm.
just stand there.
No, they do
don't-
nothing.
They don't do anything.
It's hand
You can't
painted
even-
art.
You can't even play with them.
Not with that attitude.
Did you imagine seeing somebody like clacking together $200 or $300?
How much should you pay to have that amount of imagination again?
True.
Dude, that's me with my
That's
blind
not-
boxes
my
though.
imagination
Your
uses some
Labubus.
dynamic
Oh, my
movement. I need to
Labubus.
be able to move them around.
My little babies.
Oh my god, at the Leaf Bowl, fucking
like my
Milena
baby.
and
She
Dave
has a
Tart.
Labubu, right?
Yeah. Dave Tart asked what the Labubu on Milena's bag was, and so like, Milena's trying to explain the concept of Labubus to
Right.
Dave Tart in the middle of this cannabis event, and I was just sitting here watching. I was like, this is
I love
so
that.
entertaining.
That's the best thing ever.
Dave's like, well, my kids are gonna ask about him at some point, and I need to know what they're talking about.
That's
What
so cute.
What?
When
A
when
Labubu.
Milena was explaining her little Labubu keychain plushie on her bag to Dave Tart,
Her
that was
what?
really funny.
Labubu.
Labubu?
Who's that?
You don't know what a Labubu
They're like
is?
blind box plushies that have like weird little fucked
Yeah.
up
Have
faces.
you ever seen
Vic
phones
has
with
almost
cords on them?
certainly has one on her.
I
If-
don't have an actual. I don't have a Labubu, but I have its What are you? French sheep. Yeah. Hold on. Come here.
There's a
So
series of
old.
figurines from Japan. They're called Pop Mart. They all have
This
like,
is not a Labubu.
it's not a
Whoa.
Labubu.
This is not a Labubu,
But it's similar.
It is similar to Labubus. They have like a little vinyl face on there.
Labubus have little more like freaky, fucked up little monster faces.
Hey.
Am I wrong?
No. But this one has a coin
Is that supposed to
purse,
say?
and it has 50 cent.
Wow.
50 cent.
Yeah, I'm rich.
Is that your favorite artist?
No.
All right. Fair enough.
What
But yeah,
what-
anyway, that's the concept. It's like a big thing right now. It's like blind boxes and little plush
fucking-
keychains and stuff.
The fucking
Pop
But they get really
Smiskies cost fucking $60 a fucking box. Most places
Maybe don't go
nowadays.
to Ebisu and go to Matcha Time in Ellicott City where they're $12 to $15 each.
Whoa.
Get your information out.
I just also talk about like the resale market for them in general is like $60. Unless you
some of
find,
them.
unless you get lucky and find a place like that where they are selling them at retail.
Yeah, because Ebisu is ups
They
the
mark the
price
fuck
like
up
crazy.
of
Same with the
everything.
Sunny Angels. And
Yeah.
everything.
Oh my
All of
god,
it.
dude, the Sunny Angels are
They're
so
like
expensive.
50, 60 bucks. If you
Just
just
for
get
a
them
fucking little
online,
vinyl figurine that's like this big.
just get them online.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, if you get them through the website, they're like 12 bucks each. And that's like normal price.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll be
good.
taxing, bro.
Yeah. And now with the tariffs,
The tariffs.
Can of
it's
fam.
over.
Can of fam, do you collect any figurines?
You collect vinyls?
Do you
At all?
collect anything?
I have the secret.
I have
Bats
I have
Maru.
keychains. I have 850 keychains.
Yeah, I have the secret Batsmaru Sakura
Is that real?
Mm-hmm.
fucking
In
Gundam
the back.
figure. That's worth
Wait,
like
just-
$100.
I have Beanie
Pulled it
Babies
on
as
my
well.
first
That's from my
try.
grandparents.
Sick.
I collected the keychains, but I have a Beanie Baby collection as well from my grandmother. We'll see what happens with that.
Jesus. I did not see that one coming.
You never know what I do. I'm always up to no good.
Keychain. Try, why do you... Oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's just lanyards that I got that I swap out where I.
He's talking about like actual keychains, like
Yeah,
little
I have,
trinkets,
yeah, like little actual like keychain.
not like a lanyard.
Okay.
He's talking trinkets out here.
Okay. All right.
Everybody likes a good trinket.
That's
well,
true.
that's a good
We're in a
trinket.
trinket-based economy nowadays.
We are.
Kid of fam. Drop a comment. What's your favorite trinket? Oh my god, I'm smacked. I'm so
Labubu's.
Is a Labubu your favorite?
Me and Vic are
Do
about
you
to.
wear Labubu lemons?
Me and Vic are about to go to McDonald's and try and get the Grimace egg.
We are gonna try and get the Grimace egg.
What? I
The
don't.
Minecraft Grimace egg.
That sentence would kill.
I
a
wore my
Victorian
Minecraft
child.
shirt
I see that.
in honor of the
She's
Grimace
styling.
egg.
We're going to get McDonald's and for the Grimace egg. What the fuck?
I'm gonna hatch a Grimace.
I
dude.
went there for
I
the
want
Barbie
the
cups.
Grimace egg.
I don't know what's happening right now. I need to go lay down. I'm getting too old for this. CannaQuestt, thank you for being here till the very end. Drop a comment. What's your favorite anime as well? I bet our choices are better than yours.
Oh Lord,
Oh yeah.
He's picking fights.
Mhm.
that's a fight.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Somebody give me your top 5. Drop it down below. CannaQuestt, we appreciate you being here to the end.
CannaFam, Travs Dabs dead to us.
wanna
He's
say that.
dead
I wanna say
physically.
that.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Thanks to Vic for being here today.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Thanks to all y'all for hanging out to the very end, and we will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Yes.